Hey guys, Dr. Ben here. Welcome to a Power Pack Brokerpreneur Byte. Get ready to dive into proven strategies for recruiting top talent, retaining your best agents, and skyrocketing sales in the next 10 minutes. I'm your host, of course, Dr. Ben Spears, along with our real estate guru, Matt Vi. Join us as we unravel the secrets to take your brokerage to new heights. Let's dive in. Welcome to another episode. I'm here with my co-host, as always, Matt Vi. How you doing?
Doing absolutely fantastic, Dr. Ben Spears. How are you? Weather's great. Life is great. Get to do a podcast, talking to people out in podcast land, helping folks out. What's not to love?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, this is probably going to be my favorite one so far. Right?
No, really? So far? We've done some kick-ass podcasts.
I know, but this one kind of brings out the Grinch in me.
I got
you know what I mean? I'm a little Grinch every now and then.
And his heart shrank 12 sizes too small.
Right?
His recruiting heart, bro.
We talk so much about how to succeed in recruiting, right? And
Yep.
and we get emails from our listeners. We get people who sign up for the, for the VIP list, and they're like, "Gosh, guys, I really appreciate all the content." Well, I'm just sick of it.
Okay. Right. Just so everybody out there in podcast land knows, that is not what our show notes say. Ben is just going hard at this right now. Grinchy. You're Grinchy today.
Yeah, I'm a little Grinchy today, right? So, typically it's top 10 ways to succeed, right? Let's interview Chris Stewart, right? Let's let you pick the brains of some of the best minds in real estate. Well, not today. Nope.
No,
Changing it up.
We're going the other way
Today, we are going to talk about the 5 ways to make sure that you fail and fail hard at recruiting.
Guys, just stay tuned. I'll help you out with this.
Yeah, we'll see. So, number 1, don't let go of the process, guys. Keep it all to yourself. Right? Keep it all to yourself. Don't trust anyone else. No one can. Here's the thing.
Ben, stick
I'm your
to the
best
show
friend.
notes. Stick to the show notes.
I'm your best friend. You are the only one who can do this the right way.
All right, so let me try to clean that up a little bit. All right, let me try to church it up some for us here. Just because somebody else is doing something the right way or the wrong way, just because you're doing something the right way or the wrong way, doesn't mean that you delegate everything, and it doesn't mean you hold on to everything. You actually have a process laid out well enough so that you can find the right person for the job. There are some people out there that are just going to do certain things better than you are just because that's what they're good at. And there's other things that it's your gift. You're just going to kill it compared to them. You need to figure out in the recruiting process which of those is for you, which ones that they are, and just kill it at those. And the ones that it's not you, don't do that, right? Delegate it to somebody else. Delegate it properly. Delegate it with a system. Delegate it with doing it the right way. But just flip it over to them and say, hey, look, let's see if we can kill this together, right? Don't hold on to the entire process yourself and just hoard it angrily.
All right, so you guys get the gist of where this podcast is going to go right now, right?
Right.
I'm going to be telling you all the things that you shouldn't be doing,
And then I'll clean it up.
and then Matt, he's going to clean it up.
I'll clean it up for you.
So
I'll keep you guys on track.
So the number 2 way to make sure that you fail at recruiting. This almost sounds like so you might be a redneck.
If your front porch lands on a recruit.
yeah, exactly. You might be a mad recruiter.
That's right.
Number 2 way to make sure that you fail at recruiting. Just do this day to day. Don't have a long-term plan. Wake up and be like, how am I going to recruit today? I don't know.
You're literally slapping us in the face of everything that we've talked about. All right. So no, absolutely. You have to have you absolutely positively have to have a plan. Okay. And the reason why is because this is not a sprint. It is a marathon. We'll dig into this a little bit more in just a couple of minutes. You have to have an idea of who you want to hire and how many of them you need to have. And you have to be able to spend a certain amount of time on it, right? If you don't have a plan, the worst thing that happens is you get so wrapped up on it in the day that, right? So let me put it this way. Let me give an example. Maybe this will help. So you talk to your accountant on the 15th or the 18th or the 20th of the month. You talk to your CFO on the 15th, 18th, and 20th of the month. Not a whole lot of closings are going on and everything. Not everything's going the way that it should be. So what's one of the first things that you turn to? Either, damn it, I got to get out there and sell something myself to fill the coffers.
Yeah.
Or I need to recruit. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to double down. Today's the hustle day. I'm going to make 58 phone calls and talk to 16 people. Remember those people 2 months ago that had said they might join? I'm going to call them up. And then people dig into that for the next 5, 6, 8, 10 days, 20 days, 30, let's say 30 days, right?
Yeah.
Let's say 40 days. And then they really go hard on that for that amount of time.
And they pick up a few agents.
And they do. And then you know what they do?
Crash.
Right. They get back to doing what they were doing that got them in that situation to start with.
Yeah.
So absolutely
roller coaster.
that's right. So if you have a plan, you can literally go, here's the few things I need to do today. Right. So I was talking to one of the people in coaching probably a week ago, maybe not even a week ago, getting ready to, had an event coming up. Right. And I said, here's what we need to do, and here's this, and here's that, and all that kind of stuff. And I said, we need to make sure we're doing this. We need to make sure we're doing that, getting ready for it. And he just started laughing. This was about 10 o'clock in the morning, 10:30 in the morning. He just started laughing and said, I knew there was just a few things, so I just went ahead and took about 15, 20 minutes and busted all of it out. He literally got done with things that are recruiting, that are getting him results in 15 or 20 minutes first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because he had a plan.
Yeah.
Not just a long-term goal,
Yep.
but a plan.
Yeah. And, we a lot of the things that we do, right? Like if you've seen anything from our company Prospect Boomerang, we always talk about getting rid of the dread of recruiting.
Absolutely.
And I think it's that sprint, right? That like, okay, I got to recruit really hard for 5, 6 days, right? I got to do this. And then you crash that you're like, oh, man, I hope I don't have to do that again.
Yep.
But you do.
You do.
You do.
And the worst part is so many times you're just starting back over because you didn't do it thoroughly the first time, didn't have a plan. And so literally you do it, you do the dreadful part, and then a few days later you got to start over.
Yeah, we just talked about in our last podcast we were talking about net hires.
Yep.
And that's how you know.
Right.
That's how you know that you've had to do this over. It's not like you do it once and you're like, all right, yeah, I'm never going to do that again. Right? You could probably look back at your numbers the last,
and see what you were doing 90 days before
months,
that.
Yeah, exactly. 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years.
Yep.
And you can say like, oh man, my net hires tanked pretty much consistently.
Right.
Every 90 days.
Right.
Right. And then I got in hustle mode. I fixed it up. I'm hustling. I'm Gary V. I'm out there hustling. I love Gary V. But
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, your numbers got back up and it's like, man, I just hope I don't have to do that again.
That's such a great analogy. You watch people. So there's people running marathons in under 3 hours. You know that?
Yeah, I did not know that, but that's insane.
Yeah. All right. So you watch people that run marathons and you're like, man, those guys are running. Okay, that's like 30 of them or 50 of them.
Yeah.
In the world.
Yeah.
Right? But the rest of everybody else is jogging a marathon. Okay, I'm not taking anything away from anybody, right?
Yeah.
So, but they're jogging a marathon, right? But they're making it.
Yep.
And they're doing it. And they're completing it. They're getting across the finish line. Tons of people get across the finish line. I forget the percentage, but it's a very small percentage of the overall population that has completed a marathon, right? That's the same thing. That's how you have to look at your recruiting.
Yeah.
You're not going to be. I love it if you are the person that can sprint that 3-hour marathon. I love it. Right? Tune into the podcast. We'd love to have you as a guest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most of the rest of the world is jogging the marathon.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's how you have to do it because that's the way time and effort and energy has to be allotted is because it's that difficult to do. It is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't treat it like a sprint.
Absolutely.